Rare earths have taken up a lot of digital ink this year, drawing in curious investors. Here to tell us more about Australia's largest clay-hosted rare earths deposit is Jacob Deysel, the Managing Director of Critica. Jacob, it is a pleasure to see you again. How are you?
Likewise, Shay. Very good, thank you. How are you?
Good, thank you. For those who are new to Critica, what is the Jupiter project?
Yeah, I think so. Just Critica itself we're a Western Australian rare earth developer, and we really differentiated by scale, simplicity, and speed. Our flagship is the Jupiter Rare Earth Project in Western Australia. And I think, it's absolutely globally relevant. We are Australia's largest clay-hosted rare earth resource. We've got 1.8 billion tons TREO in our resource. And we strongly weighted towards the magnet rare earth. So as you know, Shay, those are neodymium, praseodymium, terbium, and dysprosium. I think our key differentiators from our peers is the fact that we are clay hosted, we are not ionic, and therefore we can beneficiate up front. And we have seen that we consistently get a reduction very close to the mining side of 95% reduction in mass. We get a 10 times upgrade in the grade itself, and that is before we go into the downstream beneficiation or downstream leaching processes. So this has the potential, of course, to be a much smaller footprint, a simpler flow sheet, and therefore also low cost pathway compared to some of the competitors out there. And if you lay on top of that, the fact that we've got very low uranium and thorium, so our product is easily exportable and it reduces tailings complexities and so forth. And we are located in Western Australia, which is a tier 1 location. So again, we have infrastructure rich, jurisdiction is low sovereign risk and low execution risk. And then probably lastly, we've already de-risked the flow sheet. So we've produced 2 mixed rare earth products. So that flow sheet has been validated. We've got a pilot plant that's running now in Hanoi. And the next steps for us is our scoping study. So we're moving with pace. And for me, Jupiter isn't just large, it's really buildable, it's scalable, and it's strategic relevant.
Now, 2025 has been a transformational year. What are some of Critica's top achievements?
Yeah, so absolutely, 2025 has been an absolute transformational year. And if I can call out just a few of those, was the declaration of our maiden resource of 1.8 billion tons. It was further the qualification of being Australia's largest magnet rare earth resource. So that was a significant achievement for us. I obviously came on board the middle of the year, and really the focus has been to transform us from explorer to a developer, and we've been moving at pace through the last 6 months. We validated our flow sheet, which is simple, scalable, and potentially low cost, as I mentioned. And we've produced 2 mixed rare earth oxides so far, very high quality, one being at 84%, the second 86%. And I think, that just showed me the robustness of the actual flow sheet and the chemistry. Apart from that, I think there's a few other value streams that we've introduced, and that was byproducts. We've got a line of sight in terms of gallium, so 63% extraction of gallium. And this is it's the same flow sheet that we produced our mixed rare earth oxide from, so that's very, very positive. And as I mentioned previously in our announcements, we've got an iron-rich byproduct, but we're also looking at scandium and germanium at the moment. So there's lines of sight to some of these value-added byproducts, which are all very critical minerals and controlled by China. And then I think, the 3,000 kilogram pilot plant in Hanoi, which is now under commissioning. And all of that really, as far as I'm concerned, is positioning Jupiter as a cornerstone for the Western supply and critical metal supply specifically. So the last piece to that for 2025 is we've had a highly successful capital raise of $8 million. So been heavily oversubscribed. Very strong institutional support, and obviously that sets us up very well for delivering on our strategy as we move forward.
Now, with the strong market tailwinds right now, what does 2026 look like for Critica?
Yeah, so we are entering 2026 with very strong momentum and very clear execution focus. So I think very important is we are funded and we support it. We recently announced that we had $1 million in R&D funding that we claimed back. We had a successful capital raise, as I mentioned, in November. And together with that, that was tranche one. We've got a tranche two, which our shareholders will vote on early in January. And this funding package is really allowing us this continuity of capital. It's allowing us to maintain momentum and execute on our strategy without interruptions. So our focus for 26 is very clear. We're advancing the scoping study, which is a very exciting piece for us. The pilot scale is obviously optimizing the flow sheet. We are de-risking and continue to de-risk the flow sheet as we move forward. We will progress the pathways with regards to these potential byproducts. And that really sets us up again for a pre-feasibility study and demonstration plan. So I think Critica is moving along this continuum from being a developer to really getting into production. And, we are absolutely ready for 2026.
Heading into the new year, do you have a message for shareholders and key stakeholders?
Yes, absolutely. I think 2025 has been a transformational year for Critica. I believe 2026 is going to be a watershed year for us. We are advancing with scale, simplicity, and speed. And on behalf of the board and management, I want to thank all our shareholders, our partners, our stakeholders. I want to wish everyone a very safe and relaxing festive season and all the very best for 2026. We're absolutely looking forward to this journey as we taking this project Jupiter to become the next rare earth developer, and we are differentiated and we are moving with speed.
Jacob, it's been wonderful watching Critica thrive this year, and I cannot wait to see what 2026 brings. Thank you so much for your time today, and I look forward to future updates.
Thank you very much, Shay.